Hi, this is Jeffrey Kurt Financial Group. Today is Monday, November 17, 2025. So we'll start with a quick review of last week's stock market. And the major averages kind of mixed. Dow up 0.33%, S&P 500 basically flat, NASDAQ Composite down 0.5%, Russell down 1.8% on the week. And we'll put the table here for you with the year-to-date numbers as well. All the major averages comfortably up year-to-date. Next, let's take a look at the earnings season. So far, 92% of S&P 500 companies have reported their third quarter earnings. The last 8% probably are retailers or something along those lines that have October quarter ends, and then they'll report towards the end of November. But within the ones that are reported, 82% have beaten the earnings forecasts and guidance. 76% of the reported companies beat on the revenue side. The year-over-year earnings growth is 13% for the companies that have reported. At the end of the quarter on September 30th, the expectations were only for about 8% earnings growth, and we came in at 13%. And again, that is 4 quarters in a row of double-digit growth on the earnings for the S&P. So that does, give support to stocks being at all-time highs. So now next, I wanted to cover the Federal Reserve. The Fed has a meeting in December. The expectations and hopes were for a cut. Well, recently, those expectations and probability have come down quite a bit. A couple of weeks ago, we were at 90%, mid-90s, as the probability of a rate cut in December. That's now down to about 46%, really a coin flip as to whether we get the cut or not. And that may be what kind of pressured the stock market last week. Although we've had a good run, so maybe some minor correction, but maybe the realization we may not get a cut in December, that could be a headwind going forward. Next, cryptocurrency's been getting bashed. That's also a headwind maybe for the financial markets as well. I'm doing this midday, and earlier, Bitcoin was down below 93,000, but the carnage is across all the cryptos, and it's been really, really weak and really in a downtrend. Next, we'll finish up with 2 things. One on Google. Google was up 3% today on news that Berkshire Hathaway and Warren Buffett took a big stake. So the market's celebrating that and pushing Google higher again, although the overall markets were lower. And then last thing, NVDA is the big thing this week. I mean, there's a lot of news announcements and maybe some government releases if they can get those out. But the whole market moving event is going to be NVIDIA on Wednesday. If it's received positively, they're going to report good numbers. If it's received positively, it could continue to push the stock markets higher. If there's any blemish or something in there that the market's disappointed with, it could set in for maybe more of a correction or a sell-off as well. So again, Wednesday afternoon, NVIDIA, that's the big thing for this coming week. Thank you for listening. We'll be back on Wednesday morning. And please like, share, and subscribe, and let us know any questions or comments. Thank you again. Goodbye.